what Jen is? What's going on, Pat? Okay, because there are other people you want to get. You want to meet with Wilson as well. Who have known him for a while. Yeah, okay. We'll talk.
I'm glad you got to hang out with my mom.
I did. She was great.
Good evening. I hereby announce that pursuant to Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the notice which was sent to the Asbury Park Press, the Two River Times, and posted on the bulletin board in Township Hall, and filed in the Township Clerk's office on January 3rd, 2024. Mayor Impreviduto?
Here.
Mr. Foster?
Here.
Ms. LaMountain?
Here.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Here.
Mr. Romano?
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Wendy. If everyone will please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. So for our first order of business here, we have a proclamation in honor of Lynn Davis. I'm going to ask Deputy Mayor Foster to read the proclamation, as he had the privilege of volunteering with her for many years. All you, Brian.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Just before I read the proclamation, just wanted to mention that we moved here, and the first thing I got involved in was the ambulance corps, the EMS, and we had a 3-year-old, a 1-year-old, and a newborn. And as you see, our EMS squad is just about every single thing we do in town, support and everything, which is absolutely phenomenal. And every time we would go, you know, Lynn would be there, and we'd see her. She'd come right up to our kids. We had 3 at the time. We had a 4th shortly after that, similar to Lynn. And she'd speak to my wife and just go out of her way, above and beyond. And it was just that kind of welcoming, heartfelt, genuine person that she was that just made it so special to get involved with so many of these things. So extremely fond memories of all that time with her. We went to the ceremony of her life story, and just to see her family celebrate her life was incredible. I went home and we sat there and we watched all the Cooking with Linda videos for about an hour, and just amazing to see this other side of this woman who was just so warm and giving and so kind. So bear with me here while I read this, guys, and thank you all again for your attendance as well. Yeah, we see you guys at everything. So, proclamation of the Holmdel Township Committee. Whereas Lynn Davis was a resident of Holmdel until her passing in January of 2024, and whereas Lynn was raised in Fort Lee, New Jersey, and received her higher education at Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Columbia University, and whereas Lynn spent her career working as an engineer at Bell Labs in Holmdel, and whereas Lynn raised her 4 children in Holmdel, supporting them in all of their achievements and activities, and whereas Lynn served as a volunteer member of the Holmdel First Aid Squad for 23 years, remaining an active member until her passing, and whereas throughout her time on the First Aid Squad, Lynn provided emergency medical care to thousands within the community and taught first aid skills to countless residents, school children, and scouts. And whereas Lynn served as the First Aid Squad's chief from 2010 to 2011, president from 2022 to 2023, and trustee for several years, and whereas in recent years, Lynn became known to the international community through her Cooking with Linda videos on social media, amassing several million dedicated followers, and even achieving several Guinness World Records. And whereas Lynn's remarkable life will be remembered for the love she had for her family, her dedication, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is, to the best interests of her community, and her service to her neighbors. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Township Committee of the Township of Holmdel we express our respect and admiration for the life of Lynn Davis and her many contributions to our community, and we wish to extend our sincere condolences over her passing to Lynn's family and friends and squad mates. Proclaimed this 27th day of February 2024. Will you guys come up, please, for a picture? Come on, guys. This is us. This is our town. If it's all right, we can get this, whoever's left in the squad. Well, let's get one of you guys first. All right. Sounds good. I'll go behind you. Now, you know that they just left for a call. The other four.
Yeah, there you go, perfect. No, Yep, it's Anthony. Here you go.
Across the road, and they started screaming, "Oh my God, oh my God!" That they didn't know she lived in our neighborhood. Like they followed her on TikTok for like so long, so it's hysterical. Thank you for reading. We're going to moving on, folks, to public comment for consent, for agenda items only. If anybody has anything, any questions, concerns, comments? Yes, ma'am.
Jenny Blumenthal, Jenni Blumenthal, 41 Stony Brook Road. I looked over the agenda before I came over, and I noticed that there are two introductions of ordinances, one for doing something about the community garden and the other one doing something about the community center. And it looks like you hadn't done anything. Can somebody please let me know why you were bothering to do something? Because the statement that was on the website had almost every single solitary thing underlined as if you weren't changing anything. So what was the big deal?
Mr. Administrator, do you want to take this one?
Sure. It's my understanding that previously the community center was not specifically outlined in terms of rules and regulations by ordinance. It had simply been adopted through what I would call an informal practice. We were at the same time making changes to the existing ordinance dealing with the senior center, community center, so it was felt that this would be an appropriate time to include specific authorization for the recreation director to adopt reasonable rules and regulations for the day-to-day functioning of both the community center as well as the garden.
Somehow we survived for decades without this.
It's never an issue until it becomes one, though. It's good to have the rules in place.
Touch and go for a while.
Anybody else comments on the agenda? If not, I think we can move on to the consent agenda.
This would be consent for resolutions 2024-72 to 2024-78.
Do I have a motion to pass the consent agenda?
Move.
Second.
Mr. Foster? Ms. Lamountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Imbravaduto.
Yes.
Okay. Resolutions 2024-72 through 78 have been successfully passed. Next is introduction of ordinances, and it would be the first for 2024-06, which is an ordinance regarding the Holmdel Community Garden. The motion is to adopt on first reading, publish in the Asbury Park Press, and set the public hearing for March 12, 2024.
Do I have a motion?
Move.
Second.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. Lamountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Imbravaduto.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-06 will be set for public hearing. The next ordinance for introduction is 2024-07, which is an ordinance regarding the Senior Community Center. This motion is to adopt on first reading, publish in the Asbury Park Press, and set the public hearing for March 12, 2024.
Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. Lamountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Imbravaduto.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-07 will be set for public hearing. Next on the agenda is hearings on ordinance, and this hearing would be on ordinance 2024-05, which is a salary ordinance for non-aligned employees.
So this is an opportunity for public comment. This is a public hearing on this particular ordinance. If anybody has anything, questions, anything to say, Ms. Blumenthal?
Ralph Blumenthal, 41 Stony Brook Road. This is an annual thing that you need to do. The question I have is, since I didn't go and directly compare it with last year's ordinance, what changes or approximate nature of the changes? I'm guessing some of the people got raises, but what's the amount of these, and what are you hence budgeting for?
Jay, I don't want to misspeak on this, so I think is the overall note effectively that this is a cost of living increase in line with the other aligned employees and the raises they've received?
That's correct, and that's approximately 3.5% with a couple of adjustments reflecting promotions or other salary adjustments other than a cost of living adjustment.
Fine. Thank you.
Anybody else on the salary ordinance for non-aligned employees? Okay. A motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. Lamountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Imbravaduto.
Yes.
Okay. 2024-05 has been successfully passed. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Moving on to departments. Mr. Administrator?
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of announcements. One, just for the benefit of the public as well as the governing body. Later this week, we will be going out to formally go to bid for the project that is known as the pickleball tennis court and basketball court improvements at the swim center. We anticipate that those bids will be out. We have also scheduled receipt of bids for later in March, with our expectation that we will award before the end of March in order for that project to be substantially completed prior to the time that the swim club opens for Memorial Day weekend. With luck, the courts themselves should be completely finished sometime thereafter, but we'll know better once we actually award the contract.
Thank you. And I think we probably can, at a later meeting, get a little bit more in depth on this and show folks the designs and everything, and just talk about terms of use and all that kind of stuff, because these are going to be year round, right?
That's correct. These will be year-round. The bid specifications include an alternate for lights as well. Although it has been previously commonly referred to as the court improvements at the swim center, the pool club. These are in fact general purpose, non-restricted, or their use is not restricted to the pool club members only.
Thank you.
And also, if I may, just to follow up to our discussion in executive session, there are two salary resolutions related to the ordinance which has just been adopted. The first is a resolution approving corrections to previously authorized salaries for designated non-aligned full-time employees. And as delineated in our discussions, there were just a few adjustments or corrections to the salaries that were authorized before the end of the year. And then the second is a resolution which actually implements what we have just referenced as the 3.5% cost of living adjustments for our non-aligned employees. And that's a resolution entitled Resolution Setting Salaries for Non-Aligned Township Employees for the year 2024.
Is that something we wait for the next?
No, Mayor, I think a motion could be accepted now to approve both resolutions.
Well, do we have a motion to approve resolutions?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Improviduto? Okay,
Yes.
both of the resolutions have been successfully passed. Thank you.
Thanks, Wendy. We don't have our CFO or the engineer this evening. Counselor?
Thank you, Mayor. No update.
Moving on to boards, committees, business from the committee, so forth and so on.
Starting with the Board of Education, February 15th is recognized as National School Resource Officers Day throughout the country as a day to honor school-based law enforcement officers. At its most recent Board of Education meeting, the Holmdel School District officially honored Officer Michael Noland and the Class 3 Special Law Enforcement Officers from the HTPD who serve the students of Holmdel Public Schools. Holmdel Unified Sports hosted its first intramural event. Unified Sports is an intramural program that joins people with and without intellectual disabilities on the same team. The program, started by the Special Olympics, was inspired by a simple principle: training together and playing together is a quick path to friendship and understanding. Holmdel's Unified Sports program from Village School and Indian School held their first off-site intramural event at Bolero in Hazlitt. The event provided students the opportunity to foster a sense of community, teamwork, and sportsmanship while showcasing their bowling skills. The district thanks Mayor Improviduto for making a special appearance to meet and motivate our Unified Sports students. Congratulations and acknowledgement. The Holmdel School District would like to congratulate and acknowledge the following students: Olivia Kim, 11th grade, and Renee Whitmore, 9th grade, on their fabulous performances in the NJMEA All-State High School Symphonic Band in Atlantic City and at NJPAC in Newark. Several standout Holmdel High School basketball players achieved the prestigious milestone of scoring 1,000 points throughout their high school careers: Allison Cannon, Ben Kipnis, and Nick Sealock. The Holmdel High School boys swimming team clinched the North 2 Group C State Championship for the second consecutive year. Congratulations. Holmdel High School sophomore Alex Reyes made history as he was crowned the Shore Conference Wrestling Champion at 190 pounds, marking the first such achievement in Holmdel's history. The girls' fencing team clinched the District 6 championship, adding to the momentum of the boys' fencing district championship from last year, a remarkable feat for a program in its fourth year. On the Holmdel Library side, the book club continues to draw a steady 10 participants a month. The library team collaborated with the Holmdel Heritage Committee to decorate for the Lunar New Year. From the Holmdel Heritage Committee, we have a Ukrainian Easter egg painting class. The Heritage Committee would like to make residents aware that the Ukrainian National Women's League and the Holmdel Recreation Department will be hosting a master class on Easter egg painting on March 16th from 3 to 5 p.m. Residents can register beginning March 1st through the Rec Department. The Chabad Jewish Center of Holmdel is hosting an event at the Senior Center on March 24th for the Jewish holiday of Purim. This event will include a Megillah reading, an Israeli buffet, a Western Wall photo booth, Israeli music, and activities. Attendees who come in costume could win a prize. The Heritage Committee encourages residents to join and celebrate the holiday with the Jewish community.
Thank you, Committeeman. Ms. LaMountain?
Hi, folks. Community Development Department, there's no new updates this meeting. The Holmdel Green Team, in the past few weeks, they've been working hard on the following items. Township Resolution 2024-68 was submitted to Sustainable Jersey as the final step in the application process for the Environmental Resources Inventory Grant. They have updated the Township Committee about the Empower program of the Clean Cities Coalition, which provides free technical assistance to organizations who install workplace EV charging stations. They've updated the Township Committee about the permanent community solar program of the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities, and they've been working on a community solar presentation and materials for Earth Day. If you'd like to stay in touch with the Green Team, as always, you are invited and encouraged to attend any meeting of the Green Team. They're open to the public, and residents can also email sustainability questions to the Green Team at greenteam@holmdeltownship.com. And just take a note, if you previously had an email for them, this is a new email address, and that's greenteam@holmdeltownship.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Lucarelli?
Thank you, Mayor. Holmdel Police Department. So this is the last call for the Citizens Police Academy. As a reminder, they'll be hosting their 3rd annual Citizens Police Academy, which starts next week. This is the last call for applications. Those who are interested, please contact Captain Michael Piggott within the next day or so. Goal Zero Initiative. The Holmdel Police Department recently spearheaded a collaborative effort among the neighboring municipalities that border the State Highway 34 corridor in response to several severe crashes that have occurred. The program is called Goal Zero, and the aim of the program is to reduce the number of fatal motor vehicle crashes in the area, eventually to zero, through messaging and awareness. The collaboration between Holmdel, Wall Township, Colts Neck, Marlboro, Aberdeen, and Matawan was incredibly successful and received coverage on News 12, NJ, and 101.5. The police department is already planning a future Goal Zero event for Highway 35 in the near future. Holmdel Fire Department, recent calls, February 2nd, the Holmdel Fire responded to a residence on Candlelight Drive for reported structure fire. The fire was extinguished and held to the garage, and no injuries were reported. Ironically, the mayor and I were speaking with the resident last night and at a social event, and was complimenting on our first responders, police department, and fire. Just praising their great work and response times. February 20th, the Holmdel Fire responded to a residence on Bethany Road for a possible structure fire. The arriving units located a hot tub on the backyard of the residence, and that fire was extinguished and no injuries and no damages reported. In the month of February, the fire department held a class on the wildfire management and also a class on incident command. In the past month, the fire department accepted 1 new firefighter application and 1 new fire police application. February 20th, several members of the Holmdel Fire Department were part of a team that participated in the Polar Bear Plunge in Seaside Heights that raised $82,000 for the Special Olympics. Public Works Department, we have renovations to the bathroom facilities at the Senior Community Center. Will commence this upcoming Monday, March. I don't know what the exact date is. Oh, it must be this upcoming Monday, whatever the date is. During that renovation period, only 1 restroom will be available at all times. Residents should plan accordingly. We also had an AARP grant for the Senior Center, Community Center kitchen renovation. The township will be applying for a grant through AARP to assist in the renovation upgrades of the kitchen located in the Senior Community Center. The anticipated work will include replacement of the existing kitchen equipment, new kitchen floor, ceiling repairs, cabinets, and medical upgrades. Other than that, I just wanted to say, I don't know if it was when I missed the last meeting, but I had attended the Holmdel Fire Department awards ceremony and installation dinner along with the mayor, Committeewoman Lamount, and Committeeman Romano. and it was a real nice event held by the Holmdel Fire Department, and I want to thank them for hosting or having us as their guests. And that's all I have for you, Mayor.
Thank you, Committeeman. Deputy Mayor?
Thank you, Mayor. Couple of updates from our rec department. The Senior Valentine's Luncheon, a little recap. It was on Friday, February 16th. It had to be rescheduled because of the snow. There was approximately 100 seniors attended and had a great time. Thankfully, the bathrooms weren't closed yet at that point. Special thanks to Mayor Impreveduto for stopping by to say hello to everyone. The daughter dance and the son dance, there are a few spaces left. The upcoming daughter dance is on this Saturday, March 2nd, and the son dance is on Sunday, March 3rd. Registration will close tomorrow, so if you are interested, please do not miss. Hippity Hop Egg Hunt. Space is still available for the 11:30, 12, and 12:30 for the egg hunt, which will be held on Saturday, March 23rd at Cross Farm Park. Please do not wait to register. 3 of the other time slots have already been filled. Register at the Recreation Department's Rec Desk webpage. Swim Club Summer Registration will open this upcoming March 4th. The Summer Recreation Program is now open, which will be held from June 24th through August 4th at Cross Farm Park. The program is intended for children who are 5 years old and have completed kindergarten this school year, up through children who are completing 6th grade. Parents can either sign their children up for week to week or for all 6 weeks of the program. The fee for the summer recreation is $130 per child for 1 week and $100 per additional child, or $600 for all 6 weeks. Summer recreation includes a wide variety of games, activities, and special events, such as visits from an ice cream truck, the Lizard Guys, water slides, and much more. Some other upcoming event registrations. Our rec department is very busy. Registration opens on March 1st for the following spring programs: adult yoga in the park, intro to archery, kids art, teen art, open play chess for kids, Snapology, which is a Lego-based program, Mommy and Me Storytime, and Sensory Stations. Just 2 quick updates from the Veterans Committee. I unfortunately wasn't able to make last 2 weeks ago's public meeting. I was only here for executive for my son's birthday. So the Dar Quilts of Valor visited our town. They normally go up to the Vietnam's Veterans Memorial, but since they were doing some work up there, they came and had it here at our senior center. So it was nice to see 5 veterans were given quilts, which were enormous in size and able to drape and cover around them. They have donated to year-to-date over 350,000 quilts. This is a nationwide organization. Very elaborate quilts, and it was nice just to see the veterans get some additional recognition for these events, for their service. The Rotundo Foundation, which is run by another local veteran, Don Rotundo, was one of the recipients. He also has a foundation which helps veterans with PTSD, taking trips all over the country. I got to speak with him for a few minutes. Great stuff what he's doing, and hope to get involved a little bit more and find out more and bring that to the town. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. So I want to couple notes of thanks before we get into the rest of this stuff. One, I want to once again thank our Public Works Department and Victor Stevens for the outstanding job they did on snow removal. The roads were great, and these guys are just on top of everything. So, always want to make sure we give these guys a shout out when we get the opportunity to do so. I want to thank Bob Ward, Allison, and the rest of the team, the rec team, for the awesome job they did in the Valentine's Luncheon. They always put on a great event. It was well attended, as Brian said, and appreciated by all. And I also want to thank Chief Fernando for the invitation for the fire installation. It's always a good opportunity. You always capitalize or jump on the opportunity to honor the heroes of our town, and that was just a wonderful thing for us to be able to attend. I also want to thank, there were many educators there, but Jim Gelpy's the one that reached out to me about the Unified Sports event, Dr. Cascone as well. It was such an unbelievable privilege to attend. These kids were fantastic. The educators that were there as well, just incredibly wonderful people, just dedicating their time. And I was fortunate to attend the event, do a little bowling. I'm a pretty terrible bowler, so people get a chuckle out of that. But just a privilege to have been there. So I want to thank them for doing this, for affording all these kids the opportunity to participate, and just really blown away by the kids and the commitment of the educators that were there. The season of Ramadan begins on March 10th. We want to wish a happy and blessed Ramadan to all of our residents, neighbors, and friends who are celebrating the season of fasting, reflection, and community. The New Jersey Clean Communities Council and the NJDEP have announced their annual public service announcement video contest. This year's theme is Reduce Single Use. The contest challenges middle and high school students throughout New Jersey to create an original 60-second public service announcement video to promote awareness of how single-use plastics contribute to litter and marine debris, or how single-use plastics can harm the environment and affect wildlife, or provide alternatives to single-use plastics. The contest ends April 22nd. The first prize is $1,000. More information about the contest can be found on the township's website. We've had a lot of residents calling Town Hall to inquire about opportunities to get rid of documents and confidential paperwork. Please mark your calendars for what is going to be a riveting event. The Public Works has scheduled a residential paper shredding event for May 4th, 2024. The event will be held at the DPW building from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. or until the truck is full, so plan to get there early. And the event is open to Holmdel residents only. Get your tickets. They're coming in hot, folks. But I do want to thank Public Works for opening that up for everybody. And that is all I have. And I think we can now move on to public comment, Wendy. Do we have any public comment? Mr. Crowley?
Joe Crowley, 15 Ely Road. I'm here as the treasurer of HYA, the Holmdel Youth Athletic and Activities Association. I'd like to thank the town committee for their support of youth sports and recreation over the years. HYA has been privileged to enjoy a very supportive and cooperative relationship with this town committee and previous committees. And I've had the opportunity to work with most of these folks here, Mayor Impreveduto, Mr. Lucarelli, Mr. Foster, and Mrs. LaMountain, and I look forward to the opportunity to work with Mr. Romano. We've also gotten great support from members of the township administration. Personally, I've worked a lot with Bob Ward and Victor Stevens, and I know that there are many other people behind the scenes, and they are all exceptional. We're really fortunate to have them. HYA is grateful for all the support and this cooperative relationship, and it is in the spirit of this relationship that HYAA Baseball is proud to be able to contribute a check in the amount of $17,838.70 for the cost of 2 new scoreboards at Phillips Park, one for each of the fields. HYA looks forward to continuing to work with the Township Committee and the Township Administration to provide first-class recreation facilities and programs for the youth of Holmdel. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe, and thank you to HYAA. Really, we appreciate that donation that you guys made for the scoreboards, and we were pleased to put them up. They look great, so thank you guys.
And just on a quick note, I wasn't aware of Lynn's passing. I assume I know Lynn longer than anybody here. I met her first in 1981, worked with her for many years. I'm very sorry to hear of your loss, Keith. Tim. Lynn was just as nice a person as I've ever known, and we're very, very sorry for your loss. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else for public comment? Mr. Yanello?
Jay Yanello, 18 Ladwood Drive. Mr. Collins, is there any update on New Jersey Natural Gas as far as, is the facility not running? I don't think it's running. Do you know?
That I can't speak to. I did actually speak to Mr. Dixon, the Township Special Counsel, just last week, and there has not been a date for oral argument set, let alone the matter being submitted to the court. There is just a significant backlog in the appellate division right now.
Okay. And Mr. Crowley, thank you for that check. It's always amazing to see the money that HYA raises and contributes to the town. I'm just wondering, do some of the well-heeled private clubs give checks to the town for things? And I'm not trying to be cute on that. I just don't remember a presentation where they've come up and said, we're going to give you $200,000 for regrading our field at Cross Farm Park that we use 90% of the time.
So that was actually a discussion we had a little while ago.
Who's we?
I'm sorry, some members of the
Okay,
committee and I,
yeah.
sorry. There have been discussions about certain things regarding that, and we'll probably have some more information next month or so.
It would be nice. Mr. Delaney, we've had discussions about this. The roads committee, Public Works did a phenomenal job. The problem is the potholes they filled going into Ladwood Drive are now unfilled. And we have literally ball bearing, axle breaking potholes opened on the entrance to Ladwood Drive like it's a third world road. And I know they can't come in right away and fix these up, but this has to be addressed this week, or you're going to have someone break an axle and maybe kill someone who's walking nearby. So the entrance to Ladwood Drive is a disgrace right now. So if you guys could address it, thank you.
Did the snow removal get the nails?
You know what our fear is? These guys do other things with these trucks during the day, that some of the nails come from their beds. So I don't know, but thank you for that.
Jay, are you going to follow? I'm sorry, different Jay. Jay, are you going to follow up with Victor on that, or do you want me to email him?
I
You
can
got
pass it on.
Okay, and then just for the record, now the other Jay, I do see the DPW has been out there almost every day. I see them filling potholes all around the neighborhoods and stuff like that. So obviously we'll address this right away.
Any other public comment? Mrs. Blumenthal?
Hi, this is Jenny Blumenthal again. This is a follow-up on the conversation that Kim gave about the work of the Green Team. Last night, CELU had a program on Zoom on the Sustainable New Jersey, and they had a fellow from the BPU give a half-an-hour talk about explaining the rules and regulations of how to make use of a solar system, even if you live in the deep woods like I do, where you couldn't put solar panels to accomplish anything. So in a few days, Bill, do you know? In a few days, that Zoom program will be up on the CELU website so that you can enjoy it at your leisure. And the CELU website is holmdel-celu.org. And the whole thing was recorded, and the guy who gave the talk gave all sorts of references to places and people and phone numbers that you could contact if you have questions. Never mind, you can ask the Green Team folks, who will be more than happy to clarify some of what was said, but it is quite complicated.
Thank you.
Mayor, can I just say one other thing? So, Jay, I just wanted to clarify something with Joe Crowley's presentation and the donation. I just want to add some context to that because just so everyone's clear, about a year ago, HYA came to the committee and actually originally with Bob Ward, but also spoke to myself and the deputy mayor at the time. And, we said, listen, we want to put up new scoreboards. If we buy the scoreboards, will the township, install them for us? Which obviously, not obviously, but actually exceeded the cost of the scoreboards, and we said absolutely. So we worked together as we partnered with them, and it wasn't just where the HYA was coming in tonight, just donating money to us. I just wanted to make sure you understood that. Okay, I got you. I just wanted to add some context in case, because it was almost a year ago, so we might have, it's easy to forget. But that was the reimbursement for their portion of that. Thank you. So.
Any other public comment? Going once, going twice. I thought I saw a hand up over there. You're good? All right. Sold. Can we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.